Okay, everybody, we are back. Hogan is now joining me. Mantequillas is gone. Hogan was posted with me all day, but he could not be here a little bit ago, so Mantequillas was filling in. Welcome, Hogan. You are not Mantequillas.
I am not Mantequillas. And in
Thank
fact,
God.
Mantequillas will be on display in this match. We'll get to see the legendary Mexican try and brawl it out against DERP slash Flex slash DERP slash Flex with their 800 hooligans.
They do have quite a few hooligans. That is true. So this is we have Senpai Please Notice Me versus Derp. This is another pro team versus challenger team. Derp took second place in the challenger bracket, so they are going up against Senpai Please Notice Me here in these quarterfinals. We are getting this drafter up and running for you guys, and then we can switch over and show it for everybody. So, Hogan, how are
Yeah,
you doing? Did you get a chance to watch any of those first two games?
I did, and I don't know if I'm at liberty to discuss it, but TFT had like a couple distractions during the game, so I feel for them, but they still played very well. In game one, that game was definitely Papa Pleases to win for the majority of the game, and the fact that they even made a match out of it was impressive to me. But Papa Please played very solid, especially in game two. So they were very good matches, even though it was a 2-0 result. It felt like they were very close overall, and that's what you like to see, especially in those challenge like those teams coming from the challenger bracket to play the pro bracket. Sometimes there isn't that close level of skill, but it's exciting to see that and that we have teams that can put up good competitions.
Yeah, absolutely. Tuvong the Dunk had some good team fights, some good plays. In those last two matches. That second match was very very entertaining at the end with needing that last hit on that crux and all those attempts to make it happen and lots of defending going on. It was pretty good.
Yeah, and this game should be good as well. I was talking to the guys from Derp slash Flex last night. Nice guys. I was joking with them about how they have so many different rosters they run that I can never actually tell who's going to play. And they were telling me that I forget his whole name, but the guy with pizza in his name, he's actually decided to move on from Stripe. So they're going to be using Stride this game, I believe. I'm not sure if he played the last game with them. Uh, Pizza always was playing the Vermilion for them. He was playing a lot of those carries, and he was doing a good job. But he is out. Fortunately, they have a deep enough roster to plug the gap.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I heard the same thing as you did about Pizza stepping away from Strife for a while. It's unfortunate. Hopefully, he comes back when he's ready. But Derp does have, I think they have a 7-man roster. So, someone leaving is not the end of the world for them necessarily. So they're able to still fill out their team for the tournament this weekend. But we have the draft up and running. PLS has their first ban, and they're spending some time thinking about this first ban. Hopefully they have an idea what they want to do. O'Hara actually is going to come out as a first ban. Not a horrible first ban if you don't plan to play it. And honestly, Artemis plays like to me some of the strangest bottom lane pickups. We see him pick Minerva up. So I don't. I can definitely see PLS banning Harrower just for the fact that I don't think they were going to pick him up anyway. So there we go.
Yeah, I'm not very familiar with PLS, so I can't offer much insight into the draft process or how they like to pick or play games. So, whatever you said is probably spot on. I
Yes.
mean, these guys are wild and crazy kids, and they can just do whatever they want. And Derp responds by banning out Rook. This is something they did with great success against me on Yeti Yacht Club in the qualifiers. They have good bot laner in Hooligan, and the only matchup he's not as good against is Rook because Rook's a tougher matchup, obviously.
Sure.
So I think banning that out helps him out a ton. So I really do like this move from Derp. It does give the availability of a Bastion pick, and Senjugahara is one of the better Bastions. So we'll see if they go ahead and they do pick that up immediately.
And they do. There it is. First pick Bastion. Good prediction there, Mr. Hogan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know the players on PLS or anything they like to pick, but it just seems straightforward to me based off of the heroes available that, yeah, they're probably going to pick Bastion. This could be
Yes.
his first game on it. We'll see how he does.
Yeah, absolutely. Could be first time Bastion player.
Yeah,
But
and he'll definitely never use Fitz with a Bastion. I don't think he would. I don't think he would ever do
are
that.
we going to see a Bastion Fitz? Is that what you're telling me? We actually might see a Bastion Fitz come out right now.
Like anyone that watches PLS would not be surprised to see Bastion Fitz.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It depends on what the rest of the picks are. He makes his decision last minute. He might just flip a coin and like click all the pets and see which one he ends up with. But meanwhile, Derp responding here, you got to assume it's going to be the Ray +1. Um, they probably want to secure the Feder for the bot lane. I think Stride will acknowledge that since the Harrower and Rook are already out, the best bot laner is Feder, so you have to pick him here. Otherwise, you're giving up a really key tool. And then they'll +1 that with probably the Claudessa.
Yeah, yeah. And
Oh,
they go for that Nikolai with the Fetterstone. Whoa,
that's surprising to
PLS.
me because I haven't seen them practice Nikolai. And PLS goes for the counter into Nikolai, which is, of course, the double ranged lane. It's very tough for Nikolai to operate against that lane. He can't really get hard pressure. Nikolai's not a great mid laner because he doesn't have vantage points to initiate, whereas in the top lane he can use those bushes very successfully. So that's why they pick so quickly. They know that that's strong against him,
Yep.
so they're going to go ahead and try and match it up.
There we go. And they put the pressure right back on DERP, by the way. DERP already using almost 20 seconds of their extra time. And I mean, I don't drafting psychology. If the faster you draft and put the pressure back on the other team, the better it is for you because when you're drafting, they have free time to basically go over what they want to do. And if you just instantly pick, it's like, oh crap, now it's back to us again. And it could be a tough thing, especially for teams who are not so keen on drafting all the time. And some of these teams aren't, right? They're new to Strife. I don't know what other MOBAs they might come from. But we have a Carter Hale picked up. Now, we saw in those last two games, Papa Please, being very, very successful with that Carter Hale most of the time. They're strong heroes, so why not pick them up, right?
Yeah, Hale's a very strong hero right now, and Carter as well. You can't really go wrong with it. It's a little surprising because the Ray is still available, and he is probably better than Carter in general, especially when you're lacking a hard engage for your team, or if you wanted to pair him up with a Hale, you have Hale and Ray Playpen. You can really mess someone up with those two abilities alone. Getting a fourth pick Ray for PLS right now is huge value.
Yep.
It's just a difference in preference, though. It's not. I don't think Derp did anything wrong in picking those two heroes. I know they're very familiar with playing Carter. I've seen them play it a lot. The question mark for me is the Nikolai. I have not seen them play Nikolai in a competitive match, I don't believe, and I've seen a lot of them recently, so I'm really curious to see who they're going to put this on and how they're going to execute it.
This
But
could be
he's an
their
exciting hero
secret
to watch.
strats. This could be some secret strats. They could have been playing Nikolai, not necessarily in scrims, but in practice, maybe 2v2s. They don't want to give away that they can play Nikolai very well. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. Whoa, we see a Trixie pickup. Are we going to see Artemis on Trixie?
I'm not going to say yes, but I'm not going to say no.
I don't know what else it would be. And they pick up a Blazer. They pick up a Blazer. Okay, this is going to be this is an interesting match. I actually very, very excited to see this. Let's make sure these teams are ready, and we're going to get this going. Wow, what do you think? A Trixie going bot lane. I mean, we saw it last night. Artemis played against Trixie in the bot lane, at least in one of those games. So we've seen Trixie bot lane recently. It's not a completely re-emerged hero in the bottom lane. But he's fallen. Trixie has not been a bottom lane hero for a long time. What about that Blazer? Are they gonna put Blazer up against this Trixie? Is that the goal?
No. Do you want more than that? Just a no is good?
No is not good. No, so are they gonna put Carter bot lane? What are they gonna do?
It's going to be Feder bot lane. There's
Feder.
no reason when you have the best bot lane in the game right now to not put him in the bot lane. Feder versus Trixie. Feder should do fine. Trixie has like 2 levels where she has all-in potential in 3 and 5, but it's a very hard matchup to play. I mean, even just sustaining and getting last hits consistently while applying harass is difficult. So Trixie can do okay in that lane, and she can definitely rebound fast because she has great farming mechanics. But it's they're not picking it to win the lane. They're picking it because, like I mentioned earlier, there's just a lack of viable options. So Trixie was just the de facto choice. I mean, I'm sure he was thinking about Minerva, but
Hopefully, people have talked him out of that. But no, you're right. I completely blocked out that they have a Fetterstone in their lineup, which would, of course, be their obvious bot lane choice. And then they'll put that
Wilkie
laser
tunnel vision.
tunnel visioned hard. I was like, that Trixie threw me off. Trixie.
I see what you did there, and I do not appreciate it.
It's okay. It's all right. So we're just
You're
waiting
gonna
for
have
these
to stop
teams
that right now.
to kind of ready up. We're just waiting for 1 second. Okay, we got one team ready. And let's see if these other guys are ready. And we'll hit the start match button. All right, here we go. Loading up.
Yeah, so final thoughts before we get into the game. I think that lineup-wise, PLS is a more standard lineup. DERP has a pretty exciting lineup. Obviously, you guys just watched Wubby tear apart a team on Nikolai. It's very possible, but there are a few players capable of doing it as effectively as he has. So I'm curious to see exactly how DERP's able to execute with him, especially since he's going to be in a lane mismatch if he goes against the Tinder Verm.
Yeah.
So this should be a very exciting, interesting game one of a best of three.
Yeah, and I agree. Nikolai can dominate, team fights, but it has to be on a player who, very experienced and absolutely knows how to play Nikolai, when to go in, when to go out, who to pile drive. Right, that's probably one of the most important things. Is you don't want to be taken, because the pile driver is more taking a hero out of the fight than anything, than necessarily about repositioning. Even though it's in there as well, but you want to make sure you're taking the right hero out of the fight at the right time.
And it's like when we watched that match last week and new team kept lifting up to Claudessa, it kind of makes the Nikolai less valuable as a tool.
Yep.
So, I mean, this game's going to be difficult for Nikolai because Trixie is someone that is almost untargetable because of her W. She can get away from a lot of things. He'll have to try and go for Verm after ult is used or Bounder is used. It's going to be difficult. He'll have to be creative with the way he goes into the fights. But Ray's always a good fallback option.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are jumping in, and here we go. It's game time.
What do you think? Over under 5 deaths for Mantiquias?
Oh my god. Mantiquias is gonna be on Tinder, I'm gonna assume. I'm gonna go
You'd
over.
assume wrong.
He's gonna be on Ray.
1.
He's gonna be on Ray, I'm sorry. In that case, on Ray.
Actually, they don't have... Oh, they're going to have to swap.
Are they?
They've been practicing Senjugahara on Tinder, but I guess they will swap it and they'll put Manti on him. This is different than what they've been playing for like the past couple of days, so this is very interesting.
Yeah, for a while, when Manti's been playing, he's been kind of that mid lane roamer for them, right?
No, Manti's like the secondary tank.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
This is different. They're doing different lanes than they usually do. Normally it would be Kiwi plus Manti. They're going to switch it around to work with the heroes. I do like this, though. I'm glad they didn't try and force anything. Or I'm really glad they didn't give Mantiquias the Bastion, because this would have been ugly.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I mean, Mantiquias is very, very familiar with Tinder, so that should not be a problem. So we still want an over-under 5 with Manti on Tinder?
Yeah.
Looking at their lineup, it's going to be over 5.
Ouch! No faith in your co-caster from one game ago. He leaves the booth and all of a sudden you turn on him.
I'm horrible, I know. Let's see what happens here, though.
Well then, for argument's sake, I'll go under.
All right. We'll see who wins. We'll see who wins here. All right, let's see. Do we have... Striad on the best Carter skin. I love the race car Carter. He's so huge, though. So big. It seems like you can't dodge as well. I don't know if the hitbox is bigger or not, but it just feels that way.
Okay, it looks like they're ready to go. So this is a huge game for both teams to get off on the right foot. I mean, if you're DERP here, you have a lot to prove. If you're PLS, you want things to go smoothly and you just advance on to the next round, which would be tomorrow for them. So both teams want to start this off right. And I'm surprised. DERP usually opens up with a 4-man roam or a
Yep.
5-man roam. We don't see them doing that. Instead, we see PLS doing this. And PLS is not a level 1 team. This is like so out of sorts for them.
I'm assuming
DERP
they're
might not see this coming.
I'm assuming they're doing this just to protect these mines. Just for the mines.
They might be doing it in anticipation of DERP doing theirs and then just backing up when nothing happened. But I don't know. If you clash there, nothing good comes of it because, yeah, woof.
What do you think about Spooky Hail, though? Let's talk Dudley on some Spooky Hail. Now, he's in the bush now. You can't really see it. He's got that spooky dye.
Looks okay. It's nothing special. I think the skin with the dyes is better. I haven't seen what pet. Oh, he went for Stegodon. Senjugahara. Too scared to pick up the Fits this game.
Yeah, he definitely goes the safer tops route. I mean, they want this kill lane, right? Bastion, Ray. You're very familiar with this combination. That tops on top of it can secure a kill on even and even like this hail, depending on when the sweeping strikes is on cooldown or not.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to kill Hell. They're just gonna have to try and if they hit the Carter with the Bastion stun, this lane becomes very easy.
Yes.
Ray can apply a lot of pressure to Carter. I'm not sure. Kiwi's dude plays a good Ray. It's not the most aggressive in lane Ray though. He thrives when he gets out of the lane and starts moving. So we'll see if Carter lands abilities. This lane could be very even.
And so they actually put the lawn, by the way, on Nikolai here. So I'm very interested to see how he does. But there we go, already in the top lane. They get a kill on the Hail.
It was the mid lane.
In the mid lane. I don't know my directions or up from mid.
Yeah, I'm curious how he died. I missed it. So, if he has sweeping strikes up, he shouldn't die there.
Yeah,
because he has sweeping strikes and a pincer. So I don't know exactly what happened. Maybe he took too much Royas.
Did he?
And it just put him over the top.
Well, he's level 2 now. Was he level? Because he started with his
top
inertia
lane.
sword.
Mantiquitas.
Manti is making my prediction correct on that over 5 soon, but here he is. Vermilion is going to get away from that. He actually might try and turn that. Oh no, not a good idea. Tether shot coming out, but no more engage is going to happen here. They do take out that Tinder. I mean, Blazer, Nikolai lane sounds like it is a nasty lane, by the way. That tether shot hits, it actually opens it up for Nikolai to get in there and, get his Q off, and get everything going.
Yeah, Manti was positioned a little bit too far forward. That's a mistake against Blazer Nikolai. You have to be very conservative. Let the Verm do the last hitting. You can bail him out if anything happens. So hopefully he rectifies that immediately and doesn't continue to get caught.
Yeah, we'll see. But in the meantime, they are going back, almost hitting a bindweed there on the Blazer, but it is going to miss. And that's that. What about in... looks like Nikolai, by the way, getting a real early dampening cloak. We'll see how effective that is. But they're going to go in. Nice bindweed, but it's not going to matter. Going to have to bounder away. Vermilion is alive. Matt Kia is there on Tinder, is also alive. That bindweed was... that was a pretty big bindweed, but he even still had to force Sadanaka to use that Tinder. Or to use that bounder.
Yeah, it looked like a couple bounders were used there. There are a lot of bounders in this lane.
There are nothing but
oh,
bounders.
nice! Nice boundweed, but no, they don't have the last hit. Oh, styling.
And Hooligan's just going to health pot up, it looks like. But, so they did
mid lane did trade.
They did feed, there's so many kills going on in each of these lanes. So they did, like I was about to say, they did feed a kill top lane, but it looks like they have this lane under control at the moment. Pushing in the right way. Manti is now on Tinder there, positioned a little better, to avoid that, and he's there, to support that Vermilion. How is the bottom lane going, though?
Right now it's going in favor of Trixie, which is a little odd to me, but it's not hard to imagine because Trixie does have so much wave clear that if you can keep a lot of pressure, then the matchup gets a little bit more difficult for...
Yeah, they're going for a double kill here, though. I don't know if they're going to make it there. Oh, one auto attack was all it needed. They're going to possibly take this... No, they're not going to take this tower just yet. But they might get this tower down to half. Oh, wow, Sunanaka's going in, but he's got to back out now. He is not going to get tether shot. No, he is, but he will be fine. There comes the heal. And back to the pressure is on. Yeah, so bottom lane, it looks like Bastion went for a roam. They got the kill there. Yeah, this Trixie is getting a really good start in this lane. Not what you want to see happen. I don't know what his Elderstone's built with, because I think my client is bugged and not showing me the correct components. Unless that is a complete regen. I don't know. Hard to tell.
Look. It is mana regen.
Yeah, I see health regen components.
Oh, it's double mana regen.
Yep. So, what does DERP need to do here to get to kind of get control back of this game? Because right now it seems like they're losing all lanes.
The most important thing at this point for DERP is trying to free up that Blazer and create chaos across the map. The problem is that Nikolai cannot sustain a lane on his own, so this requires a large switch. They would need the switch to be Carter to the top lane, Blazer to middle, and then Blazer roams out of middle. Mid lane's getting killed now. Dudley going in. He takes a lot of damage, but misses his ultimate.
Yeah, there was some rockets attempted there on Kiwi Dude, just not in range. That Yak attack though, I think just canceled the health pot on Kiwi Dude. And they're gonna pop some more. Yep. Let's look at the score here. We have 2 kills on Team DERP. You know, Blazer and Hale have both secured a kill. However, on the other team, almost everybody except for Tinder has a kill of their own. So PLS definitely control the match at the moment. Far from over, though.
Yeah, and if you just look at the top lane now, you can see how much further Mantikius is playing back. That's how this lane needs to be played. It's boring. It's not special. You can't, like, style.
Oh, they're actually going to pile drive here. Oh, he puts the plant down, and he gets away, gets the shield off. It's not going to be enough. Oh, he rocket jumps away. Even that's not enough. Manti has to just stay in this, in range of here. They're actually going to try and go for the kill. He has a heal up. He doesn't know if he wants to use that or go for, use it as a nuke. Oh, he's going to go in. He has a shield up. He's going to try and take Hooligan out here, but here comes the lawn, and he's going to maybe make it out. Yeah, he's going to be fine. So a nice play there by DERP going in on that Vermilion.
They're trying to set up the gank down here.
They are trying to set it up, and here comes Bastion, and Featherstone might be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get the tops first. Bounder's going to go away. They're going to get the stun off. Chosen one even activated. Hooligan was trying there. It is going to be enough.
Oh my gosh.
And he gets the counter kill there, and that's really big for that Featherstone. He's now at basically about 500 GPM, and they're actually going to get a kill here on to Kiwi Dude on Ray in the mid lane, and they might take this tower unless somebody comes to respond to this. Hale is here.
It doesn't look like the Bastion's coming. They might get the tower though, but bottom lane they do get the tower, so it's not that bad of a trade losing Bastion, but they probably could have done without losing him.
Yeah, I agree on that. They did, but that mid lane control definitely not in their favor right now. And this is going to open up. I guess Hale's going to try and roam top and help out this top lane, who's in a lot of trouble. Lalon taking a ton of damage there. So Hale is here for a gank, but these guys are so low. Is Hale going to be able to make this happen? Oh, but in the mid lane, they're going to go in here on Carter. That stun is going to hit. Striad actually trying to just get away, but hits the edge of that static field, and they might be trading towers.
Lond has TP boots. He's charging in. Sanaka is going to have to rocket shot away.
Yeah, rocket boots, saving lives. Dudley does have this Mystic Dagger finish.
The rocket jump.
Rocket jump. Rocket jump.
Don't scare the people. You go around telling them that the Vermilion has rocket boots.
That wouldn't be horrible, though.
It would be. Mid lane, Hooligan goes down. He walks into the Bastion, and Artemis. It looks like Artemis counter roams with the Hooligan
Yep.
to set up pressure. Meanwhile, the tier 1 and mid lane is very low. Bot lane tier 1's already down. Tier 1 top is half health. So this is the time where you're probably going to expect PLS to try and set up for a Baldir attempt.
Are they going to go for that tower, or are they just going to go... Oh, looks like they are backing off. I don't know if they're going to try Baldir, but we do have Carter here sitting in the bush. Oh, he does spot out. Getting that little Mystic on him as well. Bastion don't care, though. Bastion is going to go find out what's going on.
Yeah, Bastion opted for power boots this game, so he doesn't have as much mobility as we see with some Bastions, but he does have extra oomph to his punch. So we'll see him rotate back to middle. They were waiting to see if they can get a pick off to open up the Baldir. Obviously, it didn't happen.
Carter might be in some trouble here, though.
Yeah, one kill mid will give them a tower, so...
Oh, Lalonde missing the ult there. No pile driver. They're going to switch this onto Stride. There goes the Death Ray, and the Chosen One activated. Kiwidu's going to miss the stun onto Nikolai, however, so it's just going to be one kill. And they might be able to push this for that tower. Mid tower is very low. At the top, at the same time, we have Nature's Fury is up for Tinder in the top lane. I don't know if they're just going to pop it down. They might pop it down right now. Or not. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't look like it.
Oh, Hooligan's rotating towards mid. They haven't seen this movement yet, so Kiwidu has to back up. It looks like he'll be safe for now.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job defending that mid tower, though. But Artemis is just free farming this entire game. A couple of rotations he's had, but he is sitting at over 500 GPM. I mean, if you're going to have a Trixie on your team, a farm Trixie's not the worst thing. Obvious. Oh, in the top lane, yes. Dudley taking real low there, but here comes Nikolai. Has that speed boost, and they're going to stop the engagement. Hooligan, though, has that Hundreds mode activated, looking for something to happen. Oh, no, not the best place or the best person to initiate on, but it's going to be okay. They are all still here. Ray has not left this lane yet, if I am correct.
Well, Lan's looking for the ultimate onto this Vermilion.
If he gets it off, there's the tether shot. That is one dead Vermilion. They don't even need the ultimate, but they're going to turn it. No, they're not actually going to switch that. He's going to save the pile driver and not go on Bastion. Bastion obviously has a Zydic charge up, so probably wouldn't have resulted in a kill. But, oh, going more on him. He is going to Zydic charge away this time. Super Strike's going to miss, which will put it on cooldown.
Yeah, that was a good play by Lalonde to fake the roam away and just actually circle around and get the kill when it opened up. So, really nice play from him there. They're going to go for Baldir here. PLS can contest, and I expect them to, but they have to get in rather quickly, otherwise...
And here they are. They want to make this happen. Chosen One is activated. He has to live through this until it activates. They does. Dudley, though, is getting real low. The plant is even down. Dudley is going to fall. Nice work with the tops there. Coming out from Bastion. And that's going to be that fight. They want this tower, or do they want Baldir? What is the call going to be?
They were chasing. They probably could have killed the Baldir in the time they spent chasing. Now it's a little bit more risky if they just run straight into it. But they're going to do it because they have 4 people in the area, so it's not actually that bad. Hooligan's going to spot outside and knock out.
Kiwidu taking so much damage already. And Hooligan going to try and make something happen. Actually, the tether shot's going to hit Mantequilla, so it's not going to be the worst thing. They have 2 mines down here, so good defensive position. And they're going to back off. 3 mines up.
Yeah. All the while in the bottom lane, Artemis is just giving it to Hooligan. He continues to relentlessly harass him and keep him low health to the point where Hooligan has to back off of a lot of these creep waves. He can't play forward because he runs the risk of just dying outright to a Trixie.
Yeah, I mean, and we got to be careful here because Trixie's going to try and turn this, and he actually can if he has a he does have a barrel roll, but no, Hooligan is going to bounder away, and he will live. But if he would have been hit with that bounce attack, he would have been in a lot of trouble there. In the top lane, though, Verm is going to go down. Looks like we have a pause. I don't know what team paused because we don't know. Maybe someone's having some connection issues at the moment. What do you think Blazer rushing first item Shadow Veil?
What do you think, Blazer, first item? This is a Hooligan patented strat. Not many players do it, obviously, because you have the built-in Shadow Veil feature from Hunter mode, but it allows you to have a lot more uptime of the invisibility, so it's not... it's more of a preference choice people that want to be very active across the map and sneaky could go for this build, and it would be viable for them. But other people won't want to play Blazer as a secondary carry with damage in the form of attack damage. So that's why you don't see most players using it. It's because of the way in which they're trying to implement this hero is different than what DERP is doing with it right now.
Yep, sure. So we don't actually have a DC. I think somebody had to step away for a second. So they're back, unpausing, and we're getting back in this game. So the DERP is making some decent plays. You know, they're holding off on here, but there is still a 5,000 gold lead in Senpai Please's favor. You know, you can't ignore that. So we'll see if they're able to contest this. In the mid lane, though, they're going to miss the stun. Kiwi Dude misses the stun. He is, Bastion is here for the protection, though, but it does not matter. The Lawn warped in there, had so much move speed, and they just ran that poor little Ray down. Carter, I don't think they're going to kill this Bastion, but I think that was more a defensive pile drive there just to get that Bastion away from Carter, who was very low.
Yeah, that was a great team play from Lalande. He had to use the ult cooldown to keep his teammate alive. And Lalande is a very good veteran tank player, and he's done a good job so far this game. Top lane tier 1 does go down, and that's going to be a fair bit of money going to the Valor team. So good job by them. It looks like almost all the tier 1s are down. Oh no, there's 2 tier 1s down for each team. So
Yep.
the global gold is in the favor of PLS just because of the Baldir. But this seems to be very close right now. Look at the
This
gold
game is
grab.
far from over.
It's like
but
3,000 or so. It's not that much.
I don't know if we got an answer from you on Blazer Shadow Veil. I mean, it's a lot of invis coming out in the game, but do you like Shadow Veil on Blazer? Because there it is, double invis. And they're actually going to turn this on Kiwi Dude. Oof, getting caught out. Artemis might be in a little bit of trouble. He has a barrel roll, so he's going to be okay. The rest of the team, are they going to try and turn this on to Dudley? Dudley is going to be in some trouble. He might get away. No, Top's going to be used, and the Chosen One activated. He is definitely going to fall there. He even tried to use his pincer. It just does not matter. But here comes Hooligan on Blazer, and that's going to be that.
Yeah, a couple of solo deaths. It was a nice pick off from DERP onto Kiwi Dude in the jungle. That's what you can do when you have a Blazer in your lineup and you have long range damage from people like Carter. Here's the Lawn with the engage.
Missing the pile driver there, but they're still here. Mantiquea's in the background. He has a heal up, but he's got to be careful. He just got stunned out. The pile driver onto Bastion, very effective, turning that around. The rest of the team is here, but there goes Hooligan. Nice stun by Mantiquea, kind of taking Hooligan out of that fight because his ult was activated for a couple seconds. But that's it. So in the end, it's just a 1-for-0 win. I think that could have went a lot worse. Hooligan gonna go for the kill and actually gets it off. And Blazer going for those snipes. Is Blazer gonna get out now, though? No, he is not. Blazer is definitely gonna fall here as well. So nobody's making it out alive.
Yeah, it's a misplay by Blazer. He probably should have retreated a little bit further to make sure he was safe.
Yep.
Thinking about that fight, though, it looked like Ray had an opportunity to get like 1 or 2 kills with his ultimate, and it was just off target. So that's a shame for PLS. That would have been a huge turnaround if they ended up getting kills after being engaged on as hard as they were. Meanwhile, they're going for Baldir right now. Baldir should drop here. We see Hooligan and Dudley are going to rotate over to try and defend it.
Whoa!
But there's so many pre-mines down that it's going to be a really tough fight to take.
Nice Earthquake, though. It's going to hit Mantiquea's. It's going to hit Bastion. They need to finish this, Baldir. They definitely played for it with a couple of lives, and I don't know if they're going to be able to turn this. So that was a 2-for-0 plus they got a Baldir. Is that worth it? Is 2 lives worth Baldir?
It's okay. Money-wise, it probably is. If you looked at the numbers, it's probably close, actually. But meanwhile, Trixie's getting free from on bottom. She's applying a little bit of pressure to a tier 2. So, like, across the map, it's probably just even. So we'll see. It depends. If DERP can get more out of it here, if they can get this tower without sacrificing anybody, then it's a great trade for DERP. But they're going to have to fight. Or maybe they will just get the tower. They do have a lot of long-range abilities that are keeping people from engaging on them.
Yeah, that tower was going down. Nothing they can do to stop it. I would have liked Kiwi Dude to try and maybe engage on that Blazer. Kiwi Dude has a Shadow Veil, and basically he just used his static field as more defensive against the tanks in that front line there on the tower, but I think they could have picked off that Blazer.
Yeah, it's not really worth risking anything at that point, because
Yep.
if you go in, you lose that fight, all of a sudden they're on Syndara. So
Yep.
I think that's the wise play to play more conservatively there. You lose a tier 2, it's not the end of the world. You can get it back in the later stages of the game. Right now, they're going to take over this vision spot Hooligan immediately, but they don't go for him because he's closer to the lane, and there's still a tier 2 tower up to defend him in that lane.
But here we
they're going to try
go.
and set up ganks here around the Syndara pit, it looks like.
Kiwi Dude, he activated his Shadow Veil, but didn't really make anything of it. And we'll see what happens. They just lost Verm. Verm is actually going to go push top.
Artemis is on his
though,
own.
is in a lot of trouble. He's going to be... No, he actually gets caught out after the barrel roll. He is definitely going to die from this. The entire team is here, and they're immediately going to go roam to Syndara after that kill, I'm pretty sure. There it is. Verm is nowhere in sight. They're just going to have to back out. I don't know if they can they contest this. Is that a possibility? They have Nature's Fury. Here they go.
They can definitely contest it.
They want Nature's Fury goes down. Oh, nice stun with Bastion in the background with a really good ultimate, but it's just not enough at the moment. Death Ray actually missed everybody just by a hair, and Hale is actually get away, but they are defending against this Syndara at the moment. I don't know for how much longer. They're going to get a nice stun off onto Blazer, but there can be no follow-up. They got to be careful. The Hooligan brothers are in town.
Yeah, overall a good defense though, because they keep them from getting it. That's exactly what they needed. They need Bastion to sacrifice in there and get a couple kills. Oh, Kiwi is going to walk in, but misses the stun.
Misses.
Lalan's trying to find a counter initiate, but he's got to be careful because Artemis is back in action.
Yeah, they have most of the team here. Bastion is up. He's going to be rotating down. There's still a Syndara fight that has to happen. All they've done is basically delayed it right now. However, Chosen One is on cooldown now. That's pretty big. That means they need to get a pick off onto DERP. Otherwise, that fight's not going to go the way they want it. Because let's look at 30 seconds.
Oh, here's the pick off. Hooligan.
Oh, no, he does not make it out. That's exactly what they needed here. And they're actually going to keep going here. Carter's taking so much damage. Double kill for Vermilion. And Lalan is going to have to bound her way. He will be fine. He has those boots. Makes him so fast. That's that pickoff they needed.
You cannot face check that bush ever.
No.
Ever. That's too risk. Hooligan just making a small mental error there and will result in his team losing the Syndara. This is a big swing because it was back and forth prior to this, but this is a pretty nice advantage for PLS.
Yeah, it's going to depend what they're able to do, with the Krytos push here. Because even though you have Krytos, you can still throw very, very easily with the push.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never seen a team throw with Krytos.
No, never.
Never. But aside from that, the important thing about that fight was you're talking about the fact they didn't have cooldowns. They won that fight. They get 2 kills and a Krytos without using any cooldowns.
Yep.
So they have plant up, they have Bastion ult up, they have everything, and they're ready to fire. They're going to take down at least 2 towers here. And that's a huge gold advantage for them moving forward in this game. So there's the first one. Easy money. The second one, we're going to see if DERP decides to fight under tier 2 or if they're going to wait until it's under generator. I think they should probably wait until it's under generator, but we'll see if they have the same thought process that I have.
Yeah, I mean, Krytos isn't even pushing yet. This would be the time to, if they could make a pickoff happen, this would be it. They have Hooligan in the back. Blazer is invis. He just has to find somebody caught out a little bit to make it happen. He activates his second. Oh, no, they're going to actually pick off Lalan here. Gets caught out. Lalan is definitely going down. There's the Chosen One activated, and they are in this fight. Hale coming in, gets a really good Earthquake off. I don't know if it's going to be enough. He actually wants to stay in this fight, and there was the Croaking Curse even used, which takes Featherstone out of the fight. Featherstone is 1 auto attack away. They are chasing this down, and I think this might be a generator. This is definitely going to be a generator now.
Yeah, and the reason why I wanted them to fight under Gen is just for that. If the fight gets spread out, it's very difficult to win against a team that has gold advantage over you. So you get a more confined fight. You have a Featherstone. Featherstone loves to be able to stand in the back line and just shoot. And with the narrow choke points that are presented by the generator setup in the base, that's ideal for Featherstone. And they did not do that. They spread out. They got picked off because they were trying to defend a tier 2 overzealously. So I think that was a big error, something they can look back on and try and change when they get to game 2. This game is still alive, but that definitely is a huge swing and a huge money advantage for PLS now.
Yeah, it's huge money for them. Let's take a look at the graph even, and it's a 15,000 gold lead in Senpai Please Notice Me's favor. DERP, so they need to figure something out. How can they get back in this game? Obviously, it's by pickoffs, right? Pickoffs and getting some of these towers off. Like, they're all roaming to this bot lane right now. If they can get 1 or 2 kills and a tower here, this would be really big. And you can already see Ray is getting taken down there. And that's what they needed, and I think they're going to get this tier 1 as well. I mean, it's just a tier 1. I don't see PLS defending it, too hard. However, they are going to go right to this tier 2 and try and backdoor it. And they're going to have to end up trading towers here, and they got to be careful. They're going to have to back off soon. Artemis might actually not be... Oh, Artemis dodging!
The sidestep!
That
pile
driver, he is going to get a double kill out of that!
Double kill!
Oh my god!
Styled on now! Oh my god!
That's
Trixie, though.
That was impressive. Unfortunately, DERP got really tunnel visioned, and they wanted that kill. But unfortunately, Trixie just out of range, sidestepping that pile driver. Because if he would have been hit with that pile driver, it would have been much different story. But they made it happen. Oh, are they going to backdoor a generator up here? Is that what they're trying to do?
No, they're trying to get a gank, I think.
Okay.
They think someone's going to rotate to try and detop, but it looks like instead it's going to be from base. Nikolai comes into it. If someone were to rotate
here
past this
smart.
If Mulligan did it again, that would have been bad.
No, that was real smart movement, though, by DERP. Not going through that bush. They understand what's going on. PLS is completely missing. You don't need to be face-checking random bushes. Oh, nice spot out by Striad there. And they're going to back off.
Yeah, it's a good idea because they expected the rotation, but the rotation didn't come, so you don't force anything at this point. You have a decisive advantage. Just wait for good opportunities to push. There's still a tier 2 up in bottom lane. That should be a prime target. They do have to be a little bit careful of all-in backdoors because DERP could be at that level where they're a little desperate feeling and they want to try and commit very hard. But it looks like they're just going to continue to try and defend.
Yep, they're definitely going to get a tower here. That shield that comes out, eating 2 rockets and almost no damage applied to Verm. It's not a good thing when you're a Carter. Oh, they get the stun out on Dudley though, but he's going to use his pincer. He's going to be fine. That static field almost being the end of Hale there for a second. I'm sure he still had a swooping strikes though, so.
Yeah. I'm wondering how far they're looking to pursue here. It looks like Ray's about to go in. He runs into Hooligan.
They run into each other.
Late though.
And they back out for that. It's an interesting thing.
Stun. That could have been a huge kill for them.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing when 2 people in Viz, Shadow Veil, whatever it is, run into each other. It's like, oh crap. Who's gonna go first? But here we go. Man, Bastion getting that stun out onto Blazer and just melting Blazer. And that's going to free up probably Sindara here with not much contention. I don't know what DERP can do to counter this Sindara fight. They're down a person and down a lot of gold. I mean, is there something they can do in this fight here? Do they have a shot?
Not kind of. I mean, they have to kill Satnaka, obviously.
Yes.
But they're running into a Croaking Curse. It's really tough to take a straight-up fight against this team. This is why teams like the one PLS is running right now is like the standard for the scene right now. It's a formidable team in every aspect of the game. And fighting it straight on 5v5 is not usually going to end in the enemy's team's favor. So they have to be creative. They have to make the most out of the Blazer and the Nikolai and get very opportune engages.
Yep.
We'll see if they can do this Valdir here. It looks like it's going to be contested. I think they think this is really free. This is high risk.
Oh no, Dudley though getting stunned out with 1 stun. 2 stuns actually. He's going to use his... He's actually going back in. He does not get his Earthquake off. He dies before mid-animation of that Earthquake because that might have been, changed it for them. And there's that triple kill. I don't know if that Earthquake would have changed that fight or not, but it's definitely unfortunate when mid-animation you die.
Yeah, definitely. But Artemis has just had a game like, oh man, he got another triple there. He had the styling play. He's on fire with Trixie, and
Yep.
this has to be concerning for DERP because you came into this game thinking you had the bot lane matchup favored for you, hero-wise at the very least. And then it gets turned around on its head. And the game, it's a close game for a long time. It goes to 28 minutes. But in the end, PLS proved to be the better side in this one. We'll see if perhaps DERP can go back to the drawing boards and figure out something for game 2.